hive cluster is under attack.
Live for the swarm.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today on Polypoid, it's going to be Soma against NOEL. NOEL is back. Been a while since we've seen this guy on the channel. An incredible player. Excited to see how he does against the new ASL champion. Top right, it is going to be Soma. Bottom left, it's going to be NOEL. TVZ for you this week. We've done some PvT. We've done some PvZ already. We've had our guys Flash. We have seen Soma already against another player from the Wiko clan. Wiko clan is making a name for themselves. They've got some players who qualify for ASL. It's an up-and-coming clan, so we will see how NOEL does in ASL 21 whenever that's going to start. So Steve the SCV scouting out, saying, I know this is Soma. I know Professor is Soma's Smurf name, one of them anyway. So let's go ahead and see. Nope, not going to scout here. Just going to go for a supply depot at the wall, at the natural base. No scouting with an SCV early. But you can be prepared for a Ling Rush if you wall off like this at your front. So he's being safe. He is also being economic. And he just gets to choose what's going on in his head. Overpull opening here from our guy, Soma. Terry the Overlord scouting out. What's up, Terry? That is right, man. We are doing this. We are back on a jungle map. You love the jungle maps. They are good. They are fun. Not close enough to get a whiff out of that Vespene geyser, but that's okay. You told your wife you would cut back on the Vespene gas intake, and you're doing it. I'm proud of you, Terry. I think that's important that we recognize when maybe we're overindulging in something. Maybe something that's, it's good for us, right? Like, there's some stuff that's fine for us in moderation. I think alcohol technically is that for most people. But if you start overdoing it and overindulging, it can cause you problems. So, let's see. Terry making some good choices. Let's see if you can see this Overlord real fast. Can you see Terry, or is Soma too smart for that? Not even trying to hide him. Okay, cool. So they both see each other. Steve the SCV is like, what's up? Cool, we're heading this way. We know the Overlord came from there. No need to go all the way deep into that top left spawn at all. Still don't know exactly what Soma's up to. Overlord scouting does not tell you anything about what they're doing back home. But we've got Lings on the way. This is where the SCV shows up and says, oh, Lings are coming out of your main. Cool. Let's make sure we are maybe getting a bunker up here. Make sure... Oh, these Marines. Do you want to stay home with them? Yeah, okay. He sees the Lings. He was going to go out with the Marine. I think he was going to bunker it. But then he saw the Lings already out and said, nope. Pulled the Marine back. More Marine production happening here. Might pull an SCV or two to help wall off. There we go. SCVs body blocking for the Marines. Then Lings are coming. And he is actually sending the Lings cross spawn. I guess he saw where the SCV was coming from. Based on the timing, he knew exactly where the Terran player is here. So, all right, NOEL, what do we got? Not much. Not much by way of harassment for Soma. So, good job by NOEL. Good job scouting, seeing what's going on. Second base and a lair with the first 100 gas here from Soma. Now, Soma can kill you with early Lings. He can kill you late game. He can kill you at the mid game. Whatever he wants to do, he probably will do it. It's hard to stop him from executing his plans. Although this, his plan was to get some Lings out, hack at this wall a little bit, maybe get some Lings inside the natural base, maybe inside the main base, get a good scout off there. But no, not allowed. Academy coming in. Gas now happening. Nothing here to change the SK Terran opening that I'm sure NOEL is planning on doing to open this game anyway. That Academy is going to be a big one. Stim on the way here too. And yeah, all is well. Been playing some Terran recently on the Mass Recall campaign, which is the Brood War campaign, reimagined and recreated inside the StarCraft 2 engine. It's been a lot of fun. Been streaming that here on the channel Thursdays and Fridays and Saturdays, depending on what's going on with the schedule. Sees the Spire 2. Good scout. But yeah, just play to chain the beast. And, kind of the same thing as the Brood War. Make some tanks, deal with the Torask. I actually this is the first time I did this. I usually, when I play that mission in Brood War, I like to clear the whole map and then take the Overmind. Just, show the Overmind who's boss by completely murdering all of the swarm on the entire planet of Char and then subjugating it. Like, that's got to be demoralizing, right? But this time, I just sent a pack of like 20 battle cruisers and a drop ship with a bunch of medics and brought a science vessel with me for detection. And as the SCV gets killed, just walked in, sent the battle cruisers in, dealt with some Devourers, Yamato those guys, right? Yamato'd a couple Defilers that were getting a little bit too close. And then just kind of cleared out the general area around the Overmind. And then bam, medic, done. And like all of the swarm, basically most of the swarm was still there. The Torask was still running around, right? The top left Zerg was still happy. Macro Hatch coming in here too, by the way. And I was like, huh. You know, that's kind of a cool way to do it. Like the Overmind gets subjugated and then all the Zerg swarm becomes yours, I guess. And if you kill the Zerg swarm, you have less to work with? Is that how that works? I'm not sure if we have a lore answer to that. Anyway, going to be a lot of Mutalisks. Ready, set, bam. 4 of them. Going to be 6, going to be 8, probably going to be 11 here. That +1 Carapace upgrade just solidified it for us. That's what we're seeing. So Mutas versus a 2-Rax SK Terran opening player. +1 attacks on the way now. Stim's already done. Range is on the way. Turret production should begin now, honestly. He's getting a bunker at the front in case a bunch of Lings try to bust this thing, and there are too many Lings for the, 6 Marines behind a wall to handle with medic support, which I'm not sure. How many Lings do we need to bust this? Honestly, it's a nice wall here. Marine production is looking good. Mutas coming across in packs of 2, in packs of 3, in a pack of 1. Is that a pack anymore? I don't think it is. Drone heading top left, I imagine, to get a 3rd base. No big deal. Turret up. Okay, good. Okay, good. Everything is fine. And yeah, then there's the Sunday streams as well, where I do cast viewer replays. If you want Falcon to cast your replay, send it to falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of Brood War. And I will be glad to cast that for you on Sundays, on the Sunday stream, starting at 11 a.m. Eastern. Not a bad day. Not a bad day for the stream. I would say I've been doing it for, golly, since 2017 now. Been doing that Sunday stream for a long time. Very popular. People like it a lot. Now, turret harassment from Soma. Not getting a lot done. Turret placement here by Soma is pretty good. By NOEL is pretty good. Could have killed a couple SCVs on gas. That's not too bad. SCV building a factory. Also dead. All right, now we're starting to get some value here. Flying over a bunker with a couple Marines in it. Not happy. There's the push out, though. The push out is going to try to force the Mutas back. No sunken at the natural base due to this 3rd base in so much trouble. And it is, right? Soma recognizes how vulnerable the 3rd base is, so that's why he's covering top left like this. He's positioning it here. He's like, if you want to come this way, we will deal with it. If you want to go this way, we can actually throw down some sunkens. We can do stuff, but we can't do anything to defend this by way of static defense. And as always, you really want to keep these Marines balled up. If they line out, which they do, if you move them across the map, they will go into a line. They will follow each other, single file. They've been to kindergarten. They were taught that lesson when they were kids. Single file. Walk behind the person in front of you, and then, wherever you end up, you end up. It turns kids into very malleable, societally adults that just kind of does what everybody else is doing. Anyway, the cynicism of Falcon's coming out today. We've got a Queen's Nest coming in. +1 attack not quite done on these Marines. Starport on the way. Is it going to be Valkyries? Based on the utter lack of an armory here, no, not going to be Valks. But it's going to be 2 starport into science vessels into irradiate. If you don't have the irradiate, you're going to have a bad time. Kind of like this. Mutas, Carapace upgrade done. Lurker aspect on the way. Hive at 8 minutes. Loving that time. Not as fast as you can get it. Sometimes I see Zergs get that Hive at like 6.5, sub 7, and I'm like, woo! That is some fast Hive tech. But sometimes it leaves you a little bit vulnerable if you don't quite have enough by way of defense. But man, he's going sunkenless. I can't remember the last time I saw a TVZ on my channel where the Zerg player made 0 sunkens. Just none. Against Protoss, we see it attempted all the time. But against Terran? Oh, there it is. There's the jump on. Soma sees his moment and seizes the moment. And that group gets wiped out. 1 medic survives. Maybe 2 medics survive to tell the tale to their friends. Gross. All right, Noel, this first 9 minutes is not working out for you, friend. RJB said this is DEFCON 1 replay, so I imagine Noel's going to make a pretty good game of this thing, going to make it interesting in some way. This is not him just being contained on 2 bases by Soma with Lings and Mutas. The 3rd base gets up from Soma. The 4th base gets up from Soma. Ultras arrive. Dark Swarm gets plopped down. The Terran dies. Like, that's not what this game is. That is not what shows up on my channel. That's not how we do things here, right? That is how StarCraft happens sometimes. It is. Sometimes, especially in tournaments, somebody just has an incredible build. They execute it well. The Terran player falls over dead. And you're like, huh, that was anticlimactic, because it was. But these games are interesting. This has been screened by RJB. He has said this is good, so I trust him that it is good. And again, thanks for Goat for the thumbnails, the creative ones we've been going back to here the last week or so. So if you like the thumbnails, let me know. If you don't like the thumbnails, let me know. But it seems like the reception has been pretty positive thus far. People like them. Interesting and creative thumbnails are not a bad thing, I don't think, on YouTube. Scourger out in case there's a drop coming into the top left. Again, he doesn't really have much vision by way of what's going on here inside Noel's base. Defiler Mound on the way. No Adrenal yet. There you go. Adrenal gets fired up. Same time Consume gets fired up. Yeah. Noel needs to get something done. And by that, I mean get across the map and actually threaten a base. He hasn't done that in the first 10 minutes of this game. The Carapace on the Mutos makes them so much more tanky against these Marines. I know it's +1, right? It's 0 armor, and then you have +1 with the Carapace. But against Marine attacks that are so fast and so small, right? 7 damage, small. Taking that to 6 damage, fewer hits, 2 kill. A Mutalisk. That's all there is to it here. Irradiate is on the way. Science Facility. Blinking up a storm here. 103 to 87 supply in favor of the Terran. Worker count 52 to 41. There you go. Third base on location here. Minerals only, but when you're going SK Terran, you need a lot of Marines. So a lot of minerals are going to be fine. And then not enough Lings to get in there, man. They don't have Adrenal yet. They don't have an attack or an armor upgrade yet, nor will they have one for a minute here. I know Carapace is almost done, but almost done for Carapace upgrade is like another 60 seconds or 180 seconds, it feels like, which is a long time in a game of StarCraft. No, Overlord! Retreat! Fall back! Ah, being surrounded! Dead. Dead. Ling checking to make sure no quick base up that way. Checking to see if you can get a 4th base down this way is Noel. Fantastic. Plague's on the way. Oh, we hate a plague if we're SK Terran, man. We hate a plague. Oh, these science vessels are unsupported. What the what? Okay, one of them's dead. Irradiate. Split. Not good. Pretty bad split. Wow, that was about an F rank split out of Soma. Come on, Soma. Put it together, man. You got this thing. Okay, finally at 12 minutes. I know, I said it at 10 minutes. Oh. What? I mean, Lurkers at the top of the ramp. Overlord on top of them. Fine, that's not really that breakable unless you have Irradiates, which, guys, you do have Irradiates. I see them. You have 2 Irradiates at the moment. Man, but when Plague starts coming out, that's when it gets really tough to break Soma, dude. He's like, just, no, don't mind me. Irradiate. Okay, Dark Swarm. Plague's not done yet. Ooh, 2 Dark Swarms. Hydra meta seems to be the play here. As we are getting Hydra upgrades here at 12 minutes. This isn't a Hydra bust timing. This is how we're going to make Hydras as part of the end game setup here. The end game composition, which we did start seeing about 2.5 years ago. Here on the channel, if you remember, maybe 1.5 years it was. Time is a flat circle. Who knows how it works anymore, but we started seeing more and more Zerg players use Hydras inside Dark Swarm against Marines with the Lurkers in there in case Firebats jump in, and what that does is requires the Terran player to make some more tanks. Although I don't really see that happening here, do we? No. Scanning up. Scanning up. Yeah, Cracklings plus the Hydras. Every Terran will die. Every Terran will die. Come on, Noel. Give me a drop. Give me some tank stuff. I love the 4th base down here at the 6 o'clock. I do. He's doing fine. Right side base coming in from Soma at the 3 o'clock. He's defending it with Lurkers and Hydras and Lings. Got to get a... Here we go. Lurker Egg, top of the ramp. Woo! Just at the very nick of time there. That was extremely close. He needs these Lurkers to finish, and they will. They will finish shortly. He's buying the time with the Lurker Egg. Who knew that Lurker Eggs were time as well? Because they were. Yeah, look at this. Lurker popping. Egg dies. Lurker's ready to go. The timing works out perfectly well. Nice plague on those science vessels, by the way. Yeah, I don't know. This really feels like Noel's just kind of getting it handed to him here at 14 minutes. Ow. Ow. Okay, we're just letting these Lurkers eat you, huh? 8, 5, 6, 2 kills. Some of those are from when they were Hydralisks. Fine. Dark Swarm. Bam. Dark Swarm. Ling. Hydra inside the Dark Swarm. It's so hard to break if you don't have any Firebats or Siege Tanks. Siege Tank on the way. He recognizes he's going to need it. And this army gets wiped out too. Okay. So no, there's been nothing for Noel to really threaten Soma today. He's got a 4th base up, which is nice, but We're looking at a Soma with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases. He's working on a 5th one up that top way. Okay, please don't try to come up this ramp. It's death. You know it's death. You've tried it already. Okay, these guys too. I don't know, not the greatest game I've seen NOEL play thus far. Remember when I said this isn't going to be a game where Soma just kind of wins? It's kind of feeling like a game where Soma just kind of wins, right? 49 drones. Going to saturate that 5th base, looking really fantastic. Could easily take the 12 o'clock too if he wanted. He's got Zerg on either side of it. Marine push out up north here. One lurker burrows in on the ramp, says, hey, how many of you can I kill before you scan me out? Okay, but seriously? There we go. Science vessels come back anyway, but dude, that was like 5 or 6 Marines dying than that one lurker. That's some good trades. This base getting saturated at the 3 o'clock too. Siege mode at 15 minutes, but it just feels a little bit late. Yeah, and once again, plagued up. This is just every engagement I feel like has gone in favor of Soma today. Every single one. I don't know what to tell you. He's barely holding, but he's holding. Every engagement he chooses to engage with, he's winning it pretty handily. What is it? Radiated lurker eggs? Yeah, radiated lurker eggs. And then they pop out just fine. Ta-da! Lurkers are cool. Ooh, Science Vessel's getting sniped. 3 of the 5 are ready to get popped, but good Science Vessel control. Keeping him away from the Hydralisk. Stark Swarm there. Defiler retreats inside the Cloud of Doom. Okay, here we go. NOEL needs to make this happen. Oh, radiating all 4 of the lurkers that were defending this base, but the Spore takes out like 3 of the Science Vessels. Obviously the plagued ones there, huh? 10 Hydras in production at a time. I think that lurker egg just got obliterated before it finished, which sometimes that happens, especially when we're talking about Marines that do have a +2/+1 upgrade scenario. Lings are down here at a 2/1 with 2 Carapace, and the Hydras we're going to guess have a +2. No, they don't have their +2 yet. +2/+1 there as well. But dude, 60 workers from Soma. I don't know. This base, I feel like he had a window to come up here and take this base down, but he just chose to not even really try. Plague? Nope, not enough energy for a plague. Man, Hydras picking off the Science Vessels that have been plagued. That's one reason this is here. Dematrix the Marines! It saves them a little bit. A drone came down there. Probably a bad rally. Lurker eggs. There we go. Burrow in. Lurker 1 and 2. Falls back. Sacrifices a couple Hydralisks to get those lurkers down, and they do. This is a pretty solid attack by NOEL, an appropriate name at this time of year. The Christmas time of year that it is. And getting inside the Dark Swarm with the Hydras is hilarious because everybody's rapidly shooting at each other and nobody's taking any damage. And the Hydras are wasting their attacks on Marines inside, and so the hatch goes down because the Marines are focusing on the hatchery. Tanks joining the party here. I'm not sure there are enough to do that. Lings get inside the Dark Swarm and clear out the Marines, avenging the hatchery death. It should be replaced pretty quickly by Soma. No problem at all. 2 tanks really isn't that scary. 3 tanks also not that scary, especially if they have 0 upgrades. Soma coming down to the south. I mean, it's a hatch down. Right, if you killed 1 hatchery in 18 minutes against Soma, congratulations, you've done something. I don't know if it's enough to win. Oh, yeah, here we go. Dark Swarm right here. That's it. That's the spot. That's the spot. Oh, wait, hang on. Got to consume first, says so. And there it is. This base is dead. These guys trying to come up this ramp. No, lurkers are there too. Consumes an Overlord out of desperation to get that Dark Swarm down and save it. Yeah, lifting off the command center there, and this is why Hydras are good in this meta, because you can kill command centers that lift off and run, unlike Ultralisks. They cannot be doing that. Yeah, another great Dark Swarm here. This tank casually has 2 kills, but again, no upgrades. Nor are there upgrades coming in for them, so that's just not going to go well whatsoever. Science Vessels down here having a really bad time as well. So, I mean, this has been an exciting TVZ, but I would say Soma's been in pretty solid control of this thing the entire time. At no point did I feel like NOEL was going to get a victory here today, but you know, that's the nature of TVZ sometimes. We've cast some games where Soma has lost over the last couple weeks or so, because, you know, we got to mix it up. You can't just be like, well, he won a You want an ASL. He's unbeatable. No, everyone's beatable. Fire bats inside the Dark Swarm against lurkers is always very cool. One of my favorite things in all of StarCraft is fire bats inside Dark Swarm against lurkers, because it's like, hey, can you do it? Outcard, nice plague. Hold on a second. Yeah, this is going to get cleaned up, but bunch of tanks over here. 160 to 130 supply in favor of Noel. The macro's been insane, but he did lose his 4th base. And a lot of these guys are plagued, and the spore getting hits off is huge there too. Defiler's just kind of hanging out outside Dark Swarm. Scourge, no. Good Dark Swarm. Just get some lings in there. I don't know. Okay, one lurker gets inside. Gonna try to focus down the drones that came back. It was not safe to bring those drones back, man. Hatchery gonna die. So this is 2 hatcheries killed. Not too bad. Yeah, lurkers having a good time. Science vessel. No, 1 hit, not 2. Huge. Where are more Scourge? Units keep trying to come down here. These tanks are doing very well. 9 kills, 6 kills, 9 kills. Tanks, good unit, even without the incredible upgrades of +3 or +2 or even +1. Hang on a second. I don't know. This is getting interesting. I was all ready to concede and give this thing to Soma at the 21-minute mark, or 20-minute mark even, but Noel's kind of expanding up the left side. Got a big army here. Nobody has any kind of a bank whatsoever. This base is back. He needs to sacrifice some gas for Scourge here. These science vessels, there aren't that many of them, and killing them will really reduce the effectiveness of the Terran army here. Giant Plague-oo! Massive Plague-oo here. This is getting interesting. I wonder if some people stopped watching when I was like, okay, so Soma just kind of wins this thing. Because that's not what's going on, is it? That is not what's happening. But dude, cracklings, crack-a-lack-a-lings. 2-2 cracklings against small groups of Marines. Nope, nope, nope. So he shuts that down. This position could probably die. I love sending the drone up here, by the way. Just re-expanding. There's 1 lurker on the ramp. Let's check, though. 1 lurker on the ramp with 3-3 upgrades. Pretty amazing stuff. Okay, so saves it. All right, so Soma's restabilized. He's down about 20 supply, but he has the power of Dark Swarm and Plague. And there aren't really that many tanks here at all for our guy. Noel. Getting dicey for Soma. More so for Noel, I guess. This left side base exists. Does he see this? He doesn't. This Overlord positioning does not let him see that. He scans up here, sees lurkers, sees Defiler, not in a position to actually irradiate that Defiler, unfortunately. But yeah, that just sends the whole army back. 1 Dark Swarm, man. Oh, Science Vessel dies for that one. For that irradiate. Oh, man. Absolute insanity. Firebats inside the Dark Swarm are good, but not when there are that many lurkers. It's kind of a critical number of lurkers you got to watch out for there. Falling back, Noel trying to re-land on top of a lurker at the 6 o'clock is very funny stuff. These lings are getting free kills because these are move command Marines. Okay. All right. That's what we're talking about here. Holy smokes. Left side base with 1... Well, there's some firebats in there. I was going to say... 1 Dark Swarm, everybody dies, but there are 4 Firebats down here with 3-3. This is actually a pretty good defense for what Soma's bringing to this party. Where's the Dark Swarm? There it is. Okay, lurkers, Firebats, trying to take them down. Firebats inside bunkers. The lurkers are doing terrible work. I think the Firebats are out of range of that lurker, unfortunately. Just barely holding on. No. Big attack up this way. Gets cleaned up. I guess what? Dark Swarm and Plague. Really well placed. Very high skill ceiling on this kind of stuff from the Zerg players. But all right, that's it. This base is not happening. This base is not happening. Someone's already up. Surprisingly up 139 to 120 here. He was down about 20 supply. Now he's up about 20 supply. That's the basic mass we're looking at. Right side base is back. These bases top left are happening. And that's it. Yeah, GG. Noel taps out. Noel made a game of it. I'm not going to say he didn't make a game of it, because he totally did make a game of it. He killed this base. He was threatening the top left again, but he couldn't retake the 6 o'clock, and this one never really came up for him either. I think the Firebats outside of the Dark Swarm would have done better there than the Firebat inside the Dark Swarm. Actually, man. Amazing. Like, what a fantastic showing there from our guy, Soma. He gets the win. NOEL made it hard for him. I'm not going to say that. I was about to say this was going to be a Soma completely in control style of game. And the Terran player never really threatened getting a win here, but he did. He threatened it. He was up about 20 supply, but then just enough Dark Swarm, just enough Plague, just enough 300 APM, 330 APM to make it happen. And again, the Hydras can kill supply depots, those two, but also command centers and science vessels that are flying, which is why they're more popular as part of the meta than they were about 2 years ago. Somebody figured it out. I think, was it Jadong who figured it out? Somebody figured it out and popularized it. And it's working, man. It's really working. Forces the Terran into more tanks. Forces the Terran into more fire bats to deal with these Hydralisks. Marines aren't just going to cut it anymore at all. Not that they really super did all the time anyway, but good game. I'm just all over the place there. Hatches down, command centers down, good Dark Swarm placements. All of it's fantastic. 163,000 points, 185,000 points. There we got an outproduction by the Zerg. Got an outkill by the Zerg. That's pretty good stuff. Buildings raised 7-4. And the outspend by the Zerg was about 10,000 resources. A little bit less than that. No big deal. So GG. Soma does get a win. Soma fans are like, we've seen some Soma losses over the last couple of weeks. I thought he was good. Yes, look, just because you're an ASL champion doesn't mean you never lose games. A lot of these are ladder games. Some of these are Pro League matches. And sometimes, you know, you don't win all the time. You can't win all the time. Nobody ever has. That's all there is to it. So good game, Soma. Gets it today. Soma fans are happy, and that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw, what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.